Hi, my name is Mick Budden. I'm the Landholder Support Officer in the Lower Hunter for Local Land Services. Recently in Lower Hunter we've had quite some significant floods, and today we're going to talk about weeds on riverbanks after flooding, and in particular giant reed, which you can see in the background here. We're on the Allen River here, which is in the Hunter, and we're looking at quite a long stretch of giant reed, and you can see how vigorous and robust the plant actually is, and what it does, it responds really well to disturbed sites and just forms a monoculture right along the riverbank, and not much else really can grow amongst it. So what we have here is the rhizomes of the giant reed, or Rhododendron. This is why it's so hard to control, is because all the food and nutrition of the plant is stored in these rhizomes, so it takes many applications to kill with herbicide, because you kill it once, you spray it once, and then all this stored energy, it just shoots up again. So it's something that you can really have to be persistent with and hit a number of times with herbicide to really control it. So what we have here is a couple of new shoots starting to come out of the rhizome. So it looks dead on top, but you can see that it's still well and truly alive. You can also see by the rhizome how robust and how the plant forms a monoculture. There's not much room for any other species to grow amongst the tree, because these rhizomes are taking up all the space. So after flooding, it's quite common to see these root balls undercut, or the rhizomes undercut. In the real big floods, I've seen big rafts of giant reed just pull away from the bank and just move down the river and then recolonise somewhere else. So the seed head of the plant isn't viable. It spreads asexually by the rhizomes and moving down the river. And when a big section like this peels off your riverbank, it can cause quite a lot of erosion as well. So this is an example how giant reed comes to infest parts of the riverbank. Like I said, the seed head isn't viable, so it spreads via these rhizomes, which float down in a flood, land on a piece of riverbank like this. It's got really nice soil and recolonises. So we're on a road next to the Patterson River, and in the recent flooding, this was completely covered with water, and this is a bit of debris, and a lot of it's actually giant reed, and you can see that it's just it's landed here and it's stayed, but the actual giant reed's starting to reshoot amongst the debris and will recolonise here. It just shows you how tough and easily it establishes. So if your property was affected by the floods and you've got something similar to this, it might be a good idea to give it a bit of a clean up so you don't get giant reed infestations occurring. If you have a look at your riverbanks and you found that you have some, generally winter isn't a great time for spraying, but coming into spring when it starts to warm up again is ideal. Hunter Local Land Services has officers that can come to your property and give you advice on control and also re-vegetation of your riverbank.